Hello again. So we finally did it. Monday we closed on the house up in Derby, and today we're going to talk a little bit about what we found during our walkthrough, as well as the first couple of days we spent at the house. As you can see, we are in crazy packing mode, and we hope to be moving next week permanently into the house. But stay tuned and we'll get right to it. So the first thing is, turns out that the previous owners only spent a few months out of the year at the house. So he didn't really take care of the house that well, and there are things that didn't really work. There are bulbs all over the house that don't work. It's not clear whether it's light bulb issues or electrical issues. There was an ice maker in the kitchen. He said it didn't work. Turns out it worked. All you had to do was go underneath and turn it on. So lots of those kinds of issues. And I think when we move up there, there's going to be a whole lot of walking about the house, trying to figure out how things work and whether they work. But in the meantime, there are quite a number of things that we did find. One, the Wi-Fi around the house is quite difficult. So what I did was I took my Apple Airport base station and I set it up in the office where the Spectrum service comes in. We are getting 400 megabit service. So when you're directly hardwired to the modem, we're getting quite fast speeds. However, when we're on Wi-Fi, it immediately drops to 100 megabits in the room. And then when we go about the house, I have 2 or 3 extenders in the house, also Apple Airport Extreme, the little puck ones that also allows you to stream music. And those are sending signals, but when I'm at the edges of the house, I'm only getting about 5 to 8 megabits a second. And that is concerning. So I am thinking about a couple of system setups depending on whether or not the house is wired properly or not. I've gotten conflicting reports from the owner saying it's not wired at all versus the son-in-law, which says it's completely wired. So I'm going to have to get an AV guy to come in and take a look. If it's wired, what I probably will try to do is get an Ubiquiti Amplify system. If it is not wired, I'm going to try to go with Netgear Orbi. If you have any other thoughts, let me know. So the other thing we are finding are various systems or patch panels that we're not sure what they're for. In the basement, I think we have something like 7 furnaces, hot water furnaces, and 400 amps of electricity running into the house. I'm also seeing whole panels of voice setup. So since nobody really uses phones anymore, I'm not sure why that's even there or why it's on. I kind of don't want to turn everything off unless I know what it's doing. But, stuff like there's an irrigation system in the solarium. Not sure why that's even there or why it's on. I kind of don't want to turn everything off unless I know what it's doing. But, stuff like there's an irrigation system in the solarium. An irrigation system. Anybody seen something like this before? I have no idea how it works, whether it works. Then there's this item. It says pet fence. No idea what that's for either, and the owner's been a little bit mum about that as well. Like I said, I'm not sure he really paid that much attention to this house. We're also going to need to buy a whole bunch of things for the house. Initially, a ladder, whether we buy an 8-foot ladder or 10-foot ladder, or I don't know. The great room has a 25-foot plus ceiling with bulbs we can't reach. I'm not sure what we need for a house. We lived in an apartment, so we've got a little toolbox that holds your basic stuff, hammer, nail, screwdriver sets, etc. I would love your suggestions on what kind of tools or gear is essential for living in a house and working on the house. I'm assuming I'm going to have to get some sort of a leaf blower or snow blower or something like that. If you have recommendations, I'd love to hear from you, especially since we're living in just south of Lake Erie, where I expect that we're going to get quite a bit of lake effect snow. There is a service that comes and plows, but if they can't get to us, we just need a way to be able to at least get to the supermarket. So again, if you have recommendations on any kind of equipment, please let me know. But we're very excited. Again, packing. We have 2 more days of packing left, 3 more days of packing left. And then the movers come on Monday, and away we go. Exciting times. Anyway, looking forward to speaking to you again soon. See ya.